They just don't have an HDMI.
Playing Dr. Manhattan, Billy Crudup. Ozymandias, the smartest man on the cinder block, Matthew Good. Playing Silk Spectre, the first Silk Spectre, Carla Gugino. Moving into the sociopathic section of our panel, playing Rorschach, Jackie Earl Haley. Playing the comedian, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And finally, Night Owl, Patrick Wilson. As a big fan of this book, it's a big thrill for me to introduce the co-creator of Watchmen, Dave Gibbons. And lastly, but not least, Zack Snyder. So how this is going to work is that I'm going to ask a couple questions, but we're going to cut to you guys pretty quick because I know that you have a lot of questions for all these guys. They're excited to be here. I know that they're a little nervous to be here. I think Billy Crudup is going to serve as a sweat rag for people on either side of him. He volunteered, but they're excited to talk to you. But to get things started, I'll ask a couple questions, and please, like, if you have a question, get to a microphone. They're all around. Zach, just to start with you. You came here last year and told a little bit about what you were going to do. Now you've kind of done it. Maybe you can kind of recap for us, kind of like how did we get here? Like, how did this project came to be?
Yeah, Watchmen, has been knocking around Hollywood for quite a while. It's gone through. There's been a bunch of directors, as you know, if you followed the history of this project at all, that have been attached to it. So. I was actually in post on 300 and got a call from Warner Brothers that they wanted to ask me if I'd be interested in making this into a movie, and I said, yeah, that seems like a crazy idea. But I think that, once they asked me, I kind of felt like responsible. Even if I said no, they would have moved on, and then whatever happened in the movie, I still would have had my chance. And if I blew it, if the movie for whatever reason didn't turn out, I would have been still my fault. So maybe I just might as well make it my fault anyway. And so that's when we started. So then we started working on it, and I think that it's been, for me anyway, a labor of love to try and get as much of the graphic novel into this movie as I could, and the cast has been super awesome in helping me at every turn go, yeah, no, but my character says this in this little, see this little circle by his head? That's what he says. And I say, okay, all right, you think that's right? So that's worked out kind of cool, and I like that they at least read the graphic novel, so that was cool also, and liked it. I gotta say, the truth is that all of them, when you talk to, it's weird to have like a Bible for the movie. You know, it's a strange experience. Mostly, you know, when you make a movie, you have a script, and that's the movie. And to have this sort of Bible that you can go and look at and say, you know, it'd be cool if we try and get this thing in the movie or this part in the movie. That's a rare experience. And the thing that's been really cool about these guys is that they have really absorbed the material in a way that when they want to talk about their character or certain interaction, it's always based on what is Watchmen-y, in the sense that, like, what is consistent with the book and what would happen in the book and what makes sense for the book, and not and I mean that in the best possible way, in a loving way, you know. So I think that in that way, in that respect, they've been a super great cast to help me as a filmmaker sort of get this thing shot and realized. So that I thank them for that, for being my partners in that. I guess then we decided to go up to Canada and shoot the movie, which was, we shot the movie in Vancouver, and I was up there in pre-production when this rolled around last year, and I came down here, and I think it was just Marlon and Jackie came up on stage. I guess I just sat up here and ranted because I had nothing to show, so I just was going like, yeah, it's gonna be really cool. There's gonna be cool stuff in it, and I got nothing else. And everyone was like, show footage. I was like, I haven't shot anything yet. Except, yeah, Dave drew us that cool poster last year. Thank God for that. That was all I had. I think I came out and I held it up, and that was all I had. So that was cool. And so, you know, and then we've spent basically the last year shooting, and I got back and we talked about trying to get a trailer on Dark Knight. You know, originally we talked about like, well, what's that going to be? And I think I'd like read on some like forums and some blogs that people were like, I know what it's going to be. It's going to be the word Watchmen. And that's it. And then the date. And I was determined not to do that. I said, no, that's not cool. I mean, it's easier, trust me. If that had been acceptable, I think I would have rather have done that, but I knew it wouldn't be. So we tried to get some shots together to actually put in the trailer. So that's pretty much, you know, the visual history of the movie up till now, other than what I'm going to show you guys in a minute.